how much I love Journey Spice. Journey Spice, non-GMO, no salt, no sugar, just all sorts of goodness and smart, environmentally friendly packaging. Pinch the top, take it off. Food tastes better. Comes in singles, 2-packs, and 4-packs. It's Journey Spice. Find them at Amazon.com. Time for Denver's best sports talk with the Altitude Daily.
This is the Altitude Daily Podcast. Everything you can't miss from today on Altitude Sports Radio. Mosher, Lombardi, and Kane.
It may not be a long-term solution, but it's curious to me that they have routinely and almost always succeeded in the 2-minute and 4-minute situations when the menu of plays is much shorter for the quarterback. The pacing of how Sean Payton calls the game, how they get the play into the quarterback, all of that functioning, they're much better at it when some of that is off the table. And when any team, and I don't care if it's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or, a rookie quarterback, when you go to the 2-minute and the 4-minute situations, it's a different menu of plays. It's much more condensed so you can move quickly. And the checks and the audibles and the bailouts are much cleaner, more cleanly defined because they have to be. And it's amazing to me that this team suddenly has a very good offense in those situations. So I would do that more. Now, that said, defenses are going to react because they always do, and it may not have the success rate for entire games because you are showing defenses fewer things. But I'd be curious to know if you did that for bigger segments in games, how it would look.
That's it. I would love to see a hurry up sometime, right? Why not just
I'm not even talking hurry up. I'm just talking the construction. Like, go any pace you want, but use the menu. Use the menu you use in the 2-minute and the 4-minute. That'd be what I'd want to see. And I'm not even talking about going fast, or you can go any pace you want, but I say try that out because it seems the players are far more comfortable in that situation.
The Altitude Daily, the morning sprint.
Winning is really hard. And if you can't even enjoy wins in the National Football League, like deep down, you can't actually tangibly enjoy them. It's kind of like that whole conversation when Sean Payton, drove around and what's the meaning of life? And, do I even like sushi? Why am I in a sushi restaurant? 2 lattes later, all the different things that he talks about. You know what that shows me? It shows me somebody that is like Nick Saban. At some point, you've got to enjoy this life.
The team certainly enjoys the wins.
They do.
And Sean Payton talked about that. He's like, they play music all the time.
I would say
I allow them to have a smoke machine in a professional locker room.
I agree with that.
So, he doesn't have to subscribe to the fun, we love winning culture as the head coach.
So here's my experience in I hate losing more than I like winning cultures. I'll tell you what it's really, really good for. Nick Saban, what was he known for most? Which side of the ball was he known for?
Elite, suffocating defense.
Correct. Because guess what?
He won national championships with A.J. McCarron.
What do you do defensively? You essentially, you play with a tight sphincter and you allow nothing to get outside of your grasp. And so tight sphincters around fear of losing, it works on the defensive side of the ball. Where that sometimes tightness or like extreme hatred of losing, which ends up perpetuating into fear, where I see at times it inhibits your ability to play free and loose on the offensive side of the ball because it's a fear-based mindset, not a growth-based mindset.
Don't take a sack, don't throw picks.
So what am I? What do I like doing?
You like spreading it out and scoring
I like playing
points.
football.
You like double
I like
nickels.
playing offense. I love scoring. Hey, let's put up half 100 today, shall we? Didn't on my last game. Played a good one. Played a good team. But that's what I love to do is I like to play offensive football. So my theory is always, and I do think that the Broncos do this, I just want to make sure Bo Nix does this. And hell, I want to make sure Sean Payton does it. You remember when Sean Payton won the Super Bowl following Hurricane Katrina? Sean was fun. Do you remember that? Like, he was a fun guy to be around. He was likable. was. Like the Parcells, it was purged from his body temporarily, and there was joy.
Wait until he wins. You might have to wait until he wins. It's not winning 10 games in a season. It's not getting to an AFC championship game. You have to wait to see fun Sean Payton, much like you had to wait to see fun Nick Saban until after they won the one game that matters.
Hey, even fun Michael Malone.
The Altitude Daily. Columbus, Hastings, and DMAC.
So who are the 2 or 3 best teams in the NFL, Adam, right now?
Well, I did my power rankings on my podcast on Tuesday.
Okay, go for it.
And I had the Rams won still, even though they lost to Carolina. I still think that they're the best team.
Yep.
I had Seattle 2.
Oh, okay.
That was a little surprising.
All right.
I had New England 3 and Denver 4.
What's the difference then between New England and the Broncos? Why is one team 3 and one team's 4?
Much at all. New England's won 10 in a row. Denver's won 9 in a row. Denver would be the 1 seed today, or New England would be the 1 seed, right?
Denver owns the tiebreaker on them because of mutually played opponents.
Right. Wait. I mean, I don't mean to be too technical here, but New England's played one more game. They have their bye week, so technically right now.
If there was a tiebreaker.
Correct. Like if what you're asking, if the Broncos, let's just for the sake of argument, beat the Raiders, right? And the Patriots and Broncos have the same record and the same amount of games. Tyler is right. Crazily, Adam. The difference is winning percentage against common opponents. And can you guess what opponent the Broncos have beaten and the Patriots didn't?
The Bears.
No,
the Raiders.
The Raiders. That's
Yep.
right.
Good memory.
Ironically, the Raiders in week 1 for the Patriots. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I remember watching that game, and that's an example of how it's just a matter of when you play teams. And like the Patriots would beat the Raiders today, but it was week 1, and crazy things happened. And by the way, like it was a crazy game. So, but again, today, whatever it is, today New England will be the 1 seed, and because they be the 1 seed today, I gave them the 3 spot for whatever that's worth. Whatever, it doesn't mean anything. That this week.
Is there any chance that Pete Carroll's one and done?
Yeah.
They're paying so many head coaches. It seems like, gosh, at some point, like there's not enough money for this. But
here's what I say: when it comes to the Raiders in recent years, anything is possible.
Yeah,
and they've fired their special teams coach, and they've already fired their offensive coordinator, and they're going to make more changes. So anything's possible.
They would be paying, if they got a new guy, 5 head coaches at the same time, though, I believe.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's nuts. So it'd be John Gruden, Antonio Pierce, Josh McDaniels, Pete Carroll, and whoever the new guy is.
Wild.
All at the same time.
I don't know. I got to figure out when they're paying Gruden through.
Well, I thought Gruden signed like a 10-year deal.
That would have to be a record. I'll bet you there's never been a team that's been paying 5 head coaches all at once.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem for the Raiders, Adam, as we look into them, and you would know maybe better, but they are a disaster in terms of how they're operating right now. It's bad. The funny part about it, they definitely have some really good players, no doubt about it, but it has gone off the rails for them. They have an unimaginative offense. In particular, their offense is so bad. They really don't throw the ball down the field. Brock Bowers is a special talent, but Ashton Genty, I mean, he's okay, but they can't do anything for him. By the way, also, I'll give you another little note. The Broncos and Raiders are the same in giveaway takeaway. Usually that's a stat that sort of defines a team.
The Altitude Daily. Kreckman and Lindahl.
Vance Joseph said today that the main thing for the Broncos on defense in Vegas against the Raiders is to stop Brock Bowers.
Well, yeah, they didn't stop Zach Ertz last week, so hopefully they can stop Brock Bowers this week. It's been a weird season, and I know some of it. And Sandman, you can give us a kind of a little bit more of a chalky kind of breakdown on this. And I know it comes down to what is your focus in a given week. They completely erased Brock Bowers the first time these two teams played. He had the 1 catch for 31 yards. He was only targeted 3 times in that game. We know he's the Raiders' best player by a freaking mile. on their offense. And yet, at other points this year, Giants game, certainly with Zach Ertz, tight ends have gotten a little bit loose on Denver. Is it simply a matter of, Vance Joseph and the choices you have to make?
Not really. So here's what I see. Typically, when you're a single high team, so you play a ton of cover one or cover three.
Yeah.
If that is more man, pure man, where you stay with your man no matter what, tight ends typically struggle in that space because you play outside leverage, you play physical, and you filter everything back into the single high safety. What's different about the Denver Broncos, when you really break down their defense, they're actually not playing chalkboard cover one or man. They're playing this thing called 3 match, which means that when you're running crossing routes, whether it's a shallow crosser or a crosser across deeper 18 yards across the field, you're typically like actually passing that to another linebacker or potentially a safety on the opposite side. You guys remember earlier in the season, there was a snap where Jahdae Barron got absolutely, like, air quotes, toasted by a tight end. And I'm drawing a blank on which tight end it was. Everybody's like, oh man, Jahdae Barron got.
Was it the Giants game?
May have been.
Yeah.
I thought it was a game where the tight end himself was a big name. I don't think it was Kelsey.
Colts, Ty Warren.
Might have been Warren, but Warren had a great game, period, right? So typically the way tight ends are utilized against single high teams is crossing routes, shallows, all the different things that you can do. I think the Broncos sometimes do have a hard time passing it with perfection. And so where a guy like Jahdae Barron's, I'm on him, I'm covering him. Oh, wait, he's at the line of demarcation that I pass him on to somebody else. I let him go, and then, oh, shoot, nobody's there. That's happened a couple times where because
is some of that a product of the linebackers just haven't been in and out of the lineup, especially Greenlaw?
Yeah, I think so.
Just gotta play together.
And 3 matches is a funky deal, man. It's like it's a cheat code. It's a way that you can take away the easy throws that you typically give away in zone, but then you can also have answers for mesh and shallow crosses and all the different things that people do.
You've been listening to the Altitude Daily. Catch us live weekdays on 92.5 FM, the Altitude Sports Radio app, twitch.tv/AltitudeSR, youtube.com/Altitude Sports Radio, and your favorite smart speaker. Say Altitude Sports Radio.